chapter we are going to see coordination compounds. Okay. Now let us see some of the basic ideas about different types of compounds. Now let us see about a double salt. Okay. So when I say a double salt, what are the popular double salts which you have come across? We come across a potassium, K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice, K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice with molecules of water. Okay. Then this is the potassium. As you see here itself, it is a double salt. It is a sulfate of potassium with sulfate of aluminium together with water molecules, water for hydration. So this is a compound which exists as the entire double salt, that is as potassium, in solid form. But whenever it is actually dissolved in water or whenever it is in a liquid form, so it splits up as K2SO4, Al2SO4 thrice and water. So such compounds which are made up of two anions and two cations together with the water molecules, which are stable in one form, that is solid, and they decompose to individual salts in liquid, are called double salts. Of course, you would have come across later a good lot of other salt like FeSO4, Al2SO4 thrice, and XX2O. And there are a good lot of other salts also, which are called as double salts. Okay. Now, what is a complex ion? Okay, what is a complex ion? Complex ion in the sense, it consists of a cation, that is a metal ion, to which either any molecule, neutral molecules, or any other ions are added. Any other ions are added. Say, for example, here we see a molecule where CuO is the metal atom, to which 3 of the chlorine atoms are added, and the whole ion exists as a complex ion. So this is now a minus ion, that is anion, which may be added to a cation. So like that you would have come across K4Fe FeCN6, -4, where the ion, metal ion, is attached to 6 of the cyanide ions, and the whole ion carries a -4 negative charge. So these ions have, of course, if you take the compound of such ion, it is K4. So compound of this ion is K4 FeCN6. Okay. So when this ion is put in water, it splits only as K plus and FeCN6 4 minus. So it splits as only one cation and one anion. That is K plus is 4K, so 4K plus FeCN6 4 minus. So such ions which have different numbers of other atoms, either cation or other neutral molecules, or if this is a central metal ion is a cation, either anion or a cation or any other molecule is attached to them in different numbers, and the thing as a whole carries a ionic charge or called complex ion. So we have seen a double salt. It is a mixture of two salts with the water of hydration. This is also stable in one form, whereas here a complex ion, when it is put in complex compound like K4FeCN6, if it is put in water, it splits as one anion and one cation. And one of the things here, for example, FeCN6 is a complex of Fe and Cn. Okay. So now what is coordination compound? Coming to coordination compounds. So coordination compounds are nothing but compounds containing at least one complex ion. In this case, the complex ion is FeCN6. The complex ion can be either cation or an anion. Okay, and whenever it is dissolved in put in water, it splits as a complex ion. Okay, this is a coordination compound. Now let us, in this chapter, we will study in detail about the coordination compounds. Now let us see the coordination compounds with a little more details. So now about K4FeCN6, it is potassium ferrocyanide. Okay, potassium ferrocyanide. So this consists of one K plus ion. Okay, that is 4 K plus ions, and this is 1 FeCN6 4 minus ion. Of course, this is the cation K plus, FeCN6 is the anion with the 4 minus 4 charge. So now coming to this, in this is the, so definitely this is a cation and this is the anion and this is a complex ion. In this complex ion is made up of the central metal atom Fe. Okay, and the central metal atom. And what is Cn? Cn is the one, the group which is attached to Fe. So this thing, the thing which is, this is called a ligand. Okay, so the central metal atom and the group or the compound or the molecule which is attached to the central metal atom is called the ligand. Okay, so the ligand as such may be positive ion or maybe having a positive charge or a negative charge or a neutral charge. Okay, and their charges also are to be taken into consideration while considering the total charge for the complex ion. Okay, so now this Cn is attached to the Fe. The ligands are attached to the Fe through Lewis bonds or coordinate covalent bond. So what is Lewis bond? Lewis bond or coordinate covalent bond. What do you mean by coordinate covalent bond, or what is Lewis bond? You know you know that bonds are of various types, like ionic or polar bond. Okay, then covalent bond, and the third type is coordinate covalent. Okay, so how these coordinate covalent compounds or coordinate covalent bonds are formed? So you know very well, for forming a bond, minimum of 2 electrons are required. And you know very well that for an ionic or polar bond, one of the ions, they give an electron and the other ion accepts the electron. So one is donating, other is accepting. So the compound formed is an ionic compound or a polar compound, and the bond formed is ionic bond or a covalent bond. Ionic bond or a polar bond. Whereas in a covalent compound, a pair of electrons are shared by both of the atoms or both of the elements involved. So the shared pair of electrons are becoming the common property of both the elements. So that is covalent bond. So for either for the ionic bond or the covalent bond, or for that matter any bond formation, minimum of 2 electrons are required. Here one donates and other accepts, so total of 2. And here 2 are shared, a pair of electrons are shared by both. So then in a coordinate covalent bond, for the sharing of electrons, 2 electrons are required. So if both the electrons come from the same element or the same group or the same ion, they are called coordinate covalent bonds. So where a bond formation minimum of 2 electrons are there, the 2 electrons are donated or the 2 electrons are provided by a single entity. So such a bond which is formed by somebody giving the 2 electrons to other is called the coordinate covalent bond. And any chemistry or any such compound in which a coordinate covalent bond exists they are called coordination compounds. So entire topic will be about this coordination compounds which contain a coordinate covalent bond. The coordinate covalent bond is also known as Lewis bond. And you know, as per the Lewis theory, either they can actually they also have defined using by forming of a bond by a pair of electrons. So either the pair of electrons are accepted or the pair of electrons are donated. Okay, so the Lewis bond covalent bond both are same, and anything which involves a formation of coordinate covalent bond is called the coordination compound. So now we coming to this. So FeCN6, in this the Cn donates, Cn has extra pair of electrons on it. One Cn has one pair of electron. So these two electrons are actually donated to or attached to Fe and with a coordinate covalent bond. So since there are 6 such this thing, so in the central metal atom there is one Cn, so 6 of the CNs, cyanides, each donating 2 electrons to Fe to attach themselves, forming a coordinate covalent bond. So such a thing is the complex ion. I hope you are able to understand. So such a thing is called the complex ion. In this, Fe is a central metal atom and the Cn is the ligand. The one which donates the pair of electrons to form a bond is the ligand. The one which accepts the pair of electrons from a attached group is called the central metal atom. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand this clearly. So we will study more about this type of coordination compounds in the entire lesson. So now we are seeing about ligands. Let us see how the ligands can be classified. Ligands can be classified depending upon the number of pairs of electrons it can donate to the central metal atom. So depending upon the type of or the number of pairs, it can be unidentate ligand. As the name itself suggests, unidentate ligand provides one pair of electrons from it to the central metal atom. As we have seen, the Cn itself is a classic example, and of course ammonia they have one pair of electrons which they donate to the central metal atom. Then there is a bidentate ligand. The bidentate ligand gives a two pairs of electron to the central metal atom. So this is ethylene diamine. So each of the NH2 gives a pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So it is bidentate ligand. Then we have polydentate ligand. Polydentate ligand, which donates more than two pairs of electron to the central metal atom. The typical example is EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, where you can structure wise you can see ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Okay, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. This donates more than two pairs of ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, or EDTA, donates more than two pairs of electrons to the central metal atom. So unidentate, bidentate, polydentate, these are the various types. And we also have ambidentate. Ambidentate ligands are such, they have, though they have more than one pair of electrons with them, they donate only one. They have more than one pair of electrons to spare to form a bond, covalent bond with the central metal atom, but they donate only one. The typical example is SCN. Okay, so they are CNS, thiocyanate, isothiocyanate. These are the things which they have, though they have more than one pair of electrons, but they donate only one pair of electrons to the central metal atom. So these are the classification of ligands. Depending upon the number of pairs of electrons they can donate to the central metal